Okay, so let's just start with the number. $1,900
For a 10-inch screen.
for a 10-inch touchscreen. And, you hear that and you immediately think, wait, is this 2010? Is this some kind of expensive Android tablet?
Right, and that's the trap. That is exactly the wrong comparison to make.
Yeah.
We're looking at the Kramer KT-2010 Gen2, and it's not a gadget.
It's infrastructure.
Exactly. It's a piece of infrastructure. It's meant to be bolted to a wall and run for years without anyone touching it.
Which is why our sources, like the specs from HD TV Supply, keep calling it a workhorse. So let's start with the most obvious part, the display. Because if you've ever tried to read a schedule on a cheap tablet from the side, you know the pain.
Oh, yeah. The screen just completely washes out. This one is a 10.1-inch IPS panel.
Which is the key, right? The IPS.
It is. It gives you, I think the spec is plus or minus 80 degrees of viewing angle.
That's huge.
You're not standing dead center in a hallway. You're walking past, you're glancing over. It has to be perfectly legible from way off to the side.
It's got to be readable from the coffee machine. And speaking of just, putting it in place,
Yeah.
Kramer did something here I really wish everyone would copy. They put both the tabletop and the wall mounts right in the box.
It's such a simple win. Usually you have to go hunt down another part number, another SKU for the bracket.
Or the furniture design changes and suddenly you need a stand you didn't order.
Yep. Having both there just eliminates all that friction. It's a small thing, but it's a pro move.
And it pairs so well with the connectivity. It's power over Ethernet, of course.
PoE, the standard.
We don't really need to explain why running one single cable for power and data is non-negotiable, but it keeps that install incredibly clean.
Especially on a wall. But the real reliability, I think, comes from what's driving that screen.
So under the hood, this thing's running Android 13.
It is, yeah, powered by a Genio 510 hexa-core processor.
And 4 gigs of RAM. I mean,
Right.
a hexa-core chip seems almost like overkill for a control panel, doesn't it? Is it not just displaying buttons?
Well, it used to be just buttons. Not anymore. Modern smart building UIs are, they're graphics heavy.
Yeah.
And more, we're seeing them stream live video.
Live video? Like what?
Like an H.264, H.265 feed from a security camera. Maybe a video conference preview before you join the call.
Ah, so you need that processing power to decode that stream without the whole interface just lagging out?
Precisely. You can't have the room controller stuttering. That undermines the whole smart room idea.
And it has Wi-Fi 6, so even if you can't pull a new Ethernet cable, you've got the wireless bandwidth.
Right. But it's not just about performance. It's also about privacy.
The big one. The moment you put a camera in a meeting room.
Everybody gets nervous.
Yeah.
And this has a 13-megapixel camera.
But the spec that really stood out to me was the dedicated red LED.
A hardware indicator.
Yeah. It's not just some little icon on the screen that could, glitch or be hacked.
That is massive for user trust.
Yeah.
It is a physical light tied to the camera's power. If that light is on, the camera is on, period.
Yeah.
It's an honest signal.
Gives you that immediate visual confirmation that you're not being watched.
And they thought about physical security, too. There are locking options to prevent theft, password-protected controls.
So the device itself is secure and the people in the room feel secure.
It's a closed loop. It's a powerful, reliable, secure device that's built to run 24/7. That's what separates it from a consumer tablet that, the battery swells up if you leave it plugged in for 6 months.
It really is the brain of the room. But it does leave me with one final thought.
Oh,
As we put these incredible high-end interfaces on every wall, are we actually making the room easier to use? Or are we just adding another expensive, complex layer between us and, just turning on the lights?
That's the tension every single integrator has to manage. Capability versus simplicity.
Something to mull over. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.